For the first time in 20 years, WWE put on the Bad Blood Premium Live event. Originally held in 1997, the debut edition of the event featured the first-ever Hell in a Cell match between Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. WWE would use the branding twice more before it ultimately was shelved in 2004. WWE hailed the show as a major success with the largest domestic arena gate in company history. CM Punk defeated Drew McIntyre in a Hell in a Cell match. The event lived up to the hype, opening with an instant classic Hell in a Cell match between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. The epic trilogy between them ended in unforgettable fashion, when the best in the world made good on his nickname and defeated the Scottish Warrior inside the hellish structure. The two bitter rivals battered each other inside the cell, using the steel walls to destroy each other's bodies before Punk brutalized McIntyre's skull with a wrench. McIntyre took control of the match after hitting a claymore on the outside, and he berated a bloody Punk while he viciously beat him, promising to end his career once and for all. A desperate Punk battled back and hit McIntyre with a toolbox, busting open the former WWE champion before hitting him with a GTS, leading to the Second City Saint cackling inside the cell. The onslaught continued, and McIntyre mustered enough strength to hit a devastating suplex through a table that left Punk motionless on the outside. Nevertheless, Punk somehow evened the odds once more with a GTS. After more brutality, McIntyre dumped dozens of friendship bracelet beads onto Punk as a sign of disrespect, but it only fired up Punk, who wrapped a steel chain around his leg before one final GTS to win the epic match. WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax defeated Bayley. The WWE Women's title remains with Nia Jax, but not before a hotly contested matchup against the former champion Bayley. The champion looked to end things quickly as she immediately jumped the challenger and nearly broke her in half with a huge lariat and a rib-cracking bear hug. The resilient Bayley used her quickness to evade Jax and eventually hit her with a baseball slide and bashed her with a series of strikes on the outside of the ring. In a stunning display of athleticism, Jax countered Bayley's top rope powerbomb into a Hurricane Rana, leading to a competitive back and forth between champion and challenger. Jax inadvertently squashed the official and was hit by a rose plant, leading to Tiffany Stratton bolting to the ring and taking out Bayley before contemplating cashing in her Money in the Bank contract. Seconds later, however, the champion caught her red-handed. During the chaos, Jax regained control and hit an avalanche Samoan drop and a thunderous annihilator to retain her title. After the match, Jax exited by herself while Stratton clung to her briefcase at ringside. Damian Priest defeated Finn Bálor. Despite the Judgment Day's best efforts, Damian Priest took down Finn Bálor in a matchup of former friends and teammates. Priest couldn't wait to get his hands on his former teammate, and the bout quickly devolved into a brawl between the two superstars. Priest's elite striking contrasted with Bálor's speed and mat skills, but one massive elbow strike to an airborne Bálor gave the Archer of Infamy the advantage. A broken arrow from Priest didn't keep Bálor down for long, as the Prince hit a sling blade, only to be met with more incredible blows from the deadly striker. Bálor's aggressiveness backfired, as Priest gut-wrenched him into a razor's edge before following it up with another one on the ring apron. Out of nowhere, Carlito and JD McDonough hit the scene, allowing Bálor to land coup de grace, but it wasn't enough to put away Priest. Bálor hit two more coup de graces, but his third attempt was countered into a South of Heaven, which delivered the Terror Twin the win. Rhea Ripley defeated Women's World Champion Liv Morgan via disqualification. Liv Morgan is still the Women's World Champion, and it's thanks to one of her former allies who returned to have her back. With Dirty Dominic Mysterio locked in a shark cage high above State Farm Arena, the Women's World Champion went at it alone and targeted Ripley's knee, which turned into a very wise strategy. Morgan was in full control when she went for Oblivion, but it was countered by Ripley, only for the champion to hit a new signature move that she affectionately calls Home Wrecker. Dirty Dom managed to pick the lock of the shark cage, but he couldn't find a way down to the floor, and he could only watch while Ripley put Morgan in a prism lock. Ripley brought the fight to the outside, and it caused Mysterio to fall out of the cage, only saved by the chain that was wrapped around his ankle. As Ripley proceeded to attack an upside-down and defenseless Dirty Dom with a kendo stick, Raquel Rodriguez, Morgan's former WWE Women's Tag Team title partner, returned and took out Ripley. The ambush resulted in a disqualification and sent a message that the Judgment Day just got a lot more dangerous. Undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns defeated the Bloodline. The Bloodline suffered a loss to Roman Reigns and Undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes after a stunning return by a member of the original Bloodline. Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu laid a perfectly planned trap and isolated Reigns, allowing Fatu to decimate the OTC. Reigns finally tagged in Rhodes, who regained the momentum for his team, but one pop-up Samoan drop from Fatu leveled the American Nightmare. The Bloodline continued their domination on Rhodes and took out Reigns to prevent a tag. But the WWE champion tagged in his rival-turned-partner, who proceeded to clean house. Rhodes and Fatu found each other outside the ring, where the American Nightmare hit across Rhodes in a huge diving splash through the announce table. WWE Tag Team Champions Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa attempted to get involved, but were neutralized by a returning Jimmy USO, who aligned with the OTC and allowed Reigns to hit a devastating spear on Sikoa to win the match. Rhodes was assaulted by the Bloodline following the match, and after USO gave some encouragement to Reigns in the entranceway, the two dashed back to the ring to help Rhodes fight off the quartet. Just after Reigns handed the undisputed WWE title back to Rhodes, The Rock appeared on the entranceway for an epic stare-down, leaving WWE's Dream Team stunned inside the ring. If you enjoyed this epic showdown, make sure to like, comment, and share this video. Don't miss any trend, subscribe, and hit the notification button.